Hello, and welcome to the Auburn on Main podcast. My name is Jonathan Glover, Communications Manager for the City of Auburn, and this is episode 67. Are you guys ready?
We're doing
7. Mathew, you didn't do it. We said we were going to do it. If you have a Gen Z, well, I guess Gen Alpha in your household, and you show this to them, they will cringe out of their skin.
Okay.
I'm joined today by Angee Pagosian, co-host. Angee, how you doing?
I'm doing super well. Thank you for not forgetting about introducing me.
I would never forget again. And then we're joined for the first time ever by Mathew Stone. Mathew.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Great. Mathew, thanks for joining us. You officially joined the City of Auburn a month and a half ago.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. April 1st. April
yep.
Fool's Day.
Time flies.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's already the 18th of May. That's
Right?
kind of unfortunate.
It's almost June.
I know.
Matthew is our new team member.
Matthew's our new team member.
Print shop.
Print shop. Graphic design also.
Yeah.
Everything in between.
Friend.
This and the
Confidant.
other. Jack of all trades, master of none.
He's our resident snack bringer. He likes snacks.
He does
I
have
sure
a snack
do.
drawer. I do like that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a whole drawer of snacks?
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
whole, like how big is the drawer? Like very deep?
What's in the file cabinet?
So it's like a file cabinet drawer.
It's like
And it's
this
organized. He's
Really?
got the snacks organized.
Yep.
Like last time I went down there, he's like, "Do you want a snack?" And he opens up the. I'm like, honestly, not right now, but I will want one in the future.
That's incredible. What do
Yeah.
you like? What's your variety?
Tall. A little bit of everything. I like sweet, salt, chocolate.
But it's all
Depends on
Costco.
Usually.
Typically,
Yeah.
I went to Costco on Friday, which is a fun time to go to Costco.
What'd
It actually
you-
wasn't that
what'd you
busy. I'm glad you asked. So we walked in. You know, they do this to you, and you walk in, and they get you immediately.
AT&T.
No.
Oh.
Like you're like, wow, that's a great deal. It's nowhere near where everything else is, like lotion or something. They're like, check out this lotion. They had standing desks and a chair right next to it, like an office chair. And my whole thing, and I don't know if I've told anybody about this, but like if I ran for president, I think my number one platform would be that office furniture is too expensive, because it truly
Yeah.
is. I don't know why a chair, like a rolly chair, is like $400 to be good, and then you go to like IKEA and you get an $80 one, and it sucks. Sorry, IKEA, I love you, but I don't like your chair.
I love you.
No, they had like a $100 chair, and I was like, oh, this is great. And then I just put it in the cart, and then Ashley like looked at me. She's like, oh, we're actually getting this. I said, yeah, this is a great deal on a chair, and ours sucks. And then the standing desk was right by it, and they had a little display, so you could like press it, and it goes up and down. And like, wow, that's super smooth, and it's super cool. So anyway, I bought a chair. I bought the table.
You
too.
bought the desk?
We bought the desk too. It was only like $200. It was really cheap. So we just did that on Friday. We only went there for like one thing.
Did you have a place to like put it and stuff?
I
Okay.
built it on my birthday. So shout out to me
Aw,
on
shout out
Saturday.
to it. Oh my God, happy
I turned 36 and I
birth.
built, it was actually really easy. It was really just like screwing a couple things in. It wasn't like building an IKEA piece of furniture, but it looks awesome. There is room. We just have to get rid of our old desk and chair, but my friend said he wanted it. So
Which, Zach?
Rob.
Rob.
So we're just reusing. No
Hey,
waste.
Is it like wood? Is it like what? What's the?
It's like a glass top. It has like
do
lights.
like
You can turn lights on and it looks really cool. And it raises up really super easy. And Ashley likes to stand. So when she's at home, she can now use a standing desk.
Jonathan just hosts his own little EDM raves at his house.
I could do EDM raves. My neighbors, I'm sure, love it. There's a big glowing blue thing in our upstairs window.
I'll have
Probably
to
pretty fun.
come see that.
So anyway, that's what I did. That's the Costco. Angee, what have you been up to?
Oh my gosh, so many amazing things. I saw Demi Lovato, which was great. She's amazing.
Did she hit the high notes in that one song? The
She just hit them all.
Heart attack. She did it well?
Oh yeah.
It was good?
Yeah. Oh
Heck
my
yeah.
gosh, she's amazing.
Love
Great
that.
performer. I was like in the second row. I was so happy. I was like right behind the VIP line, and I was like, y'all paid so much money, and I didn't.
Yeah,
and
you
I'm still right
texted
behind you.
So you didn't leave at all?
No.
Your bladder was good.
My bladder was
You
good.
held it the entire time.
I sat down in line
How?
the
Okay,
4
how,
hours
though?
before.
Did you have to? Did you feel the need to pee?
No, I didn't.
What? Yeah, I need you to talk to Ashley. Whatever you're doing, because she's the opposite. She pees every hour,
Really?
on the hour almost. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter
no.
what's happening. She has to pee.
I kind of pee at the start and end of my day.
Yeah.
Like, it's just-
Do you actually drink water? Do you hydrate?
I do drink water. And I sent you that picture of my empty water bottle that I
Yeah.
had just drank. But yeah, I sat in line for 4 hours or so before the doors even opened, and then I stood in line and stood at the thing for another hour, and it was totally worth
That's
it.
wild.
And then I saw Jesus Christ Superstar the next day. And then I saw Drew Lynch, the comedian, on Saturday. AGT. Do you guys remember Drew?
No, but I've seen him on TikTok.
But you also went to Pet Palooza.
And Pet Palooza.
And you
yes.
emceed the pet contest.
emceed the pet
So
contest.
if you went to the pet contest at Pet Palooza on Saturday, Angee was up on the stage. And we got a lot of compliments.
I know. I got like 2 emails today.
Yeah.
I was like, guys, please.
And people at Pet Palooza stopped you, right?
I know. Yeah, it was great. Yeah. I was like, I felt so loved. I was like, guys.
So she's getting stopped for being a MC at Pet Palooza and for
MC.
also being our resident social media person.
Yes.
Star.
I'm famous. No, I'm just kidding.
She's probably the most famous person from Auburn now.
I think I am. No. No, Jeremiah Brown.
Or Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Oh, yeah. But he's from like,
I think he's from Auburn.
really?
I'm pretty confident. Jason, will you hit a rim
Really?
shot if that's true? It's true.
Really?
And the guy who made Stardew Valley.
Oh yeah, Concerned Ape.
Yes, I always forget his name. Thank you for saying that. I will never commit that to memory for some reason, but yeah, he lived in Auburn proper. He doesn't live there anymore.
Who?
We're there.
The creator of Stardew
Stardew
Valley.
Valley. You
Is
never
that
heard
a
of
video
that?
game?
Yeah. It's a very famous like farming.
At least I could guess it was a video
Surprised
game.
you're not into cozy games.
People
You feel
love
like
that.
the
Yeah,
type.
it's very cozy.
I didn't grow up with like video games and stuff, so I just never got into
A
it.
lot of cozy gamers didn't either, but they've just like found new life
Yeah,
in
like in
cozy video
Yeah.
games.
Do you have a Nintendo Switch at home? Does James play?
I have nothing. No,
Oh.
James has some of his stuff, but I told him he's got to pack it up until he wants to use it because I'm very minimal and I don't like cords and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when you want to play whatever you want to play, you can bring it out, but
that's
otherwise
never
it's
gonna
not.
happen.
Oh, you'd hate my apartment.
I probably would.
Yeah, so Stardew Valley, it's like you've heard of Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
And during the pandemic, a lot of people played Animal Crossing. Stardew Valley is similar. It's like the same demographic of people, I would agree, who don't normally play video games. Nothing wrong with that at all, by the way. You don't normally play video games, but you're like, oh, I play Stardew Valley. That's like the only game you play.
What is the what's
It's
the
like farming.
premise?
It's a
like you have a
farming
farm
simulator.
and you're like just tending to your crops and your animals. And there's like little conflict if you want it. You can have conflict in the game, but there's nothing like scary or like super hard. It's just kind of like a simulation, like Animal Crossing.
I mean, there's more to like explore. There's
Do you like talk to people?
You
Like
can talk to people. You
like
can,
real people? Or?
No. I mean, you can play
visit
with
their
like
farm.
real people. You can like do like a co-op.
You can
type
make a
farm.
farmhand named James and you can make him sleep
So
in your house.
I won't do that actually, but I do. Camille and I have been gardening.
Exactly.
And so we're doing a real
if
garden.
you want to keep the garden going, like on Saturday at night or something, you're not going to go to your garden
then you
plot.
don't
You're
have
going
to
to
get
pop
your
in
hands
Stardew
dirty.
Valley.
I also James and I have some stuff planted on our balcony.
Oh, I love that.
We planted cilantro, parsley, and 2 types of tomatoes, and then I'm going to move the tomato plants to. You guys didn't ask
That's
for that.
incredible.
I'm sorry.
Lettuce. You should plant lettuce.
Really?
Yeah. One summer
that was
I
a
planted
Kent thing.
lettuce. What's that?
I thought that was a Kent thing.
Yeah, maybe.
What?
Lettuce.
Like Kent, Washington?
Yeah, Kent, Washington.
Oh, they have a lot of lettuce here?
I thought that was like what they tried to be known for a
Oh,
while.
I
They
didn't
had
know
like
that.
Well,
That's
they
the-
failed at
See,
that.
he knows that there's PNW trivia later. He's been studying up.
Lettuce, like what kind of lettuce?
Like green leaf?
Like why? Like why lettuce?
Because you get so much of it. It felt like I couldn't eat it fast enough. Like it won't stop in the summer. Jason will know. We'll talk to him after the show. He'll tell you all about it.
That'd be
plants a lot of
cool
stuff.
to grow some fresh lead.
Yeah. You can
Lettuce.
call it lead if you want. So Matthew, we'd never talked to you before. How you been? What have you been up to?
Last weekend I went to the West Seattle garage sale day.
You saw
Garage
Jason
sale day.
there?
Didn't actually see Jason,
Okay.
but we both went there.
You're rubbing elbows with the same people.
Yeah.
He
We
went
were-
there for tiki stuff.
Yes, he did. And we were going to meet up to go to a tiki bar afterwards, but then they were closed for a private event and didn't put a sign up until like 5 minutes before.
Yeah, that's wild. That would have made me a little upset.
You and Jason were meeting up. That kind of hurts my feelings. Like,
Nobody invited Angie.
I
She gets
you
FOMO.
haven't invited me to anything, so
I think it's
invited
because you were
you.
both there.
I invited you to freaking kickball and everything. Yeah, you have nothing to say. Yeah, you know I'm right.
So
Yeah,
wait
but
a
kickball
minute.
hasn't happened yet. So
It will be happening. We're really excited. So wait a minute. When you went to the garage sale, what were you going for? Were you just like perusing?
I was just kind of perusing. There were some people selling like board games and puzzles and comics, and so that was mostly what I was looking for, just to see if there's anything good.
Yeah. Matthew loves board games.
I sure did.
Angie, did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yes.
You're missing out.
Also, I've already picked up on one of your mannerisms. Matthew does this thing where he goes, like that. And I started doing that. And I was like, I picked up on
Wow,
it.
you're code switching when you're around Matthew.
Not
do you
even
do,
code
do you
switch,
do
I just-
Norina's thing? What is it
I
she does?
literally, no, I catch on people's stuff. I already started going like this randomly.
Yeah, what is
And
that?
it's a heart, like from Vietnam and Southeast Asia.
Oh, okay.
They go like this. It's like a heart.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, like your
please don't
thumb.
zoom in on my crusty fingers. The crusty fingers.
Okay, I see it. That's cool. So that's why she's doing that. Matthew, let's talk about you.
Okay.
You have been working here since April.
Yep.
What brought you to the Pacific Northwest? We just talked before we started recording, and you had only visited Oregon, not Washington.
Yeah.
When you interviewed here, this is your first time ever in Washington, right?
Yep.
Certainly the first time ever in Seattle and Auburn.
Yeah,
What was that
that's
like?
True.
It was raining.
The weather wasn't actually that bad when I came for the interview. Like it was a light rain, but I mean that's the norm here.
Yeah. That was back in
Like March.
February?
March?
Oh, end of February maybe.
Yeah, it's like around that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, end of February, beginning March, sometime, probably end of February, because I was looking for apartments pretty soon, beginning of March. So
Oh, okay.
I remember we were all shocked that you flew all the way here just for the interview.
Yeah, that was shocking.
We were all like, he flew all the way here for that.
yeah.
So-
Well, yeah, I wanted to get out of Utah. I wanted to kind of, explore, see what's out there, and kind of, figure out things my own way.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of live my own life. And when I was looking at different criteria of kind of like places I wanted to live, the Seattle area met those criteria. So I figured, I'd come give it a try. Plus, with how the job market's been, I was like, it's even just getting an interview is a good chance. I said, why not? And just flew out. And, after doing the interview with you guys, you all seemed really nice, and I was really hopeful about it. I was like, okay, like everyone I've met here so far has been really nice. I would be really happy moving here, and got the job offer, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it.
Aw.
That's awesome. What was your first impression of like the area?
I thought you were going to ask what his first impression of us was,
No,
which would have
sometimes
been
you don't want to know.
much more.
Well, I mean, since I've gotten to know you, you were pretty quiet during the interview
Right.
compared to now.
I think you were. Yeah, she was reserved.
I mean,
For
what am I
sure.
gonna do? Am I gonna what can I possibly do during the interview?
No, my first impressions of the area, I have to say, like, I did really enjoy how green it is. That was kind of one of the reasons I wanted to move here, was how green it is. Like in Utah, yeah, there's lots of plants, but it feels like they're always kind of yellow.
Yeah.
Even if
Dying.
they're
A lot
healthy
of
and like
brown.
fine,
Yeah.
they're still yellow and brown all the time. Whereas there's a lot more green here, and that was really nice. First time driving on the freeways here, didn't super love it.
Yeah.
Especially while it's raining and it's dark and
Yep.
you can't see the lines. I'm like,
Oh yeah. Sometimes you don't even think about that. The lines. Yeah, they just disappear
yeah.
when it's raining.
I was like, where are the lines? I can't see where I'm going. Am I gonna hit someone?
My complaint is when it rains really heavily during the day, like half of the people turn their lights on. And now because every car, I don't know if you've noticed this, every car is just black or white. There are no more colors with cars that are sold. And there's actually like studies that show this. Like I don't know why I said studies. You don't have to study a statistic. There are statistics that show that most cars being sold today are those boring colors. There's no more like red cars or blue cars.
Well, it's when you
Or
have
green.
like red cars, you're more likely to get like noticed and pulled over
Yeah, that's
by
what
cops.
they say. Yeah. So a lot of people just buy white cars, right? So in a white car in the rain with no light on, can't see it like, at all, right? It's dangerous. The traffic, was there a lot of traffic in Utah where you're at?
Yeah, I'd say traffic levels are about the same, but there's a lot more lanes on the freeways in Utah.
In
whereas-
Utah.
Yeah, in Utah.
There are a lot of lanes.
Whereas the lanes here, I'm like, there's only 2 lanes here?
There's no room. There's no land, right? Like especially in Seattle, like there literally is not. You can't expand the freeway
Yeah,
in Seattle because there's just nowhere to expand it. You'd have to like take away people's homes.
yeah.
That'd be good.
But because the public transit here is better than Utah, like it's not as big a deal. And I've done that several times. I've taken the light rail up to Seattle, and
Oh, nice.
that was a lot easier than I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be.
Yeah,
From
it's
Federal
super
Way?
easy.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah.
It takes a little while.
And they
it's like
just
an hour. but-
constructed that extension to Federal Way.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
So
you got
it's good
lucky.
You
timing.
came right in time on time.
Matthew lives in Auburn.
Yep.
Well, let's not reveal too much.
His address, no. He lives in
I live at
lives in the valley. He's on M Street.
Yep.
So your commute to work,
I'm on M Street. Same with my
your
Wi-Fi.
commute to work is really short.
Just said don't.
We're not, M Street's a very long street.
It's a long street. Yeah.
Could be
Hey,
anywhere.
Matthew, you've only been here for a couple months, but what has been the biggest difference in the people that you've seen, you think?
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I would say it's not that much different.
Oh.
People are generally kind of the same wherever you go, I've noticed. I do feel like the people here are more sincere when they're being nice. Whereas like being nice is very common in Utah, but it's not always necessarily sincere.
Yeah.
It's more of like a cultural niceness.
I could see that. Have you noticed the Seattle freeze?
Seattle freeze.
So it's a thing. I should have put that in the trivia. The Seattle freeze is a phenomenon where when people come to this area who are not from here, they say that people here can be kind of not standoffish, but like we keep to ourselves. We don't like, we're not like, if you like see us on a bus, we're not going to like say anything or like, I don't know, even like say thank you or hello, or even just like making plans with people. A lot of people will flake out. Or they will say that they're oh, yeah, let's do that. But they won't actually make a plan to do it. So it can be hard to make friends around here. Have you noticed any of that?
I haven't noticed that a whole lot. I've mostly just been trying to get settled, so I haven't really met a whole lot of people yet.
Okay.
And I am more of an introvert, so I kind of like it that I don't have a bunch
Fit
of
right
random
in.
people on the street coming up and talking to me.
Yeah.
You're much more like out there than I thought you'd be. When we interviewed you, I thought you were going to be much quieter, but you've got a personality,
Yeah, for sure.
a shining one.
I just generally keep it to myself, that's all.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, no, but beware. I don't know if it's like this in Salt Lake City, but it's crazy. People will be like, we should hang out. And I'm like, we should. And then
then
it's like,
you don't.
but they don't really mean it.
Right.
That's what happened with Camille. Camille, when we went to Seattle, she was like, yeah, we should get coffee. And I was like, yeah, of course. And in my head, I'm like, I don't think she actually means it. I can't tell. Yeah. And then she actually followed through.
She did it. It's because she's from Texas.
And I was like, okay, she meant it.
She means it.
So
Yeah, that happens a lot. So like you wouldn't even say like the way that we dress is different than in Utah?
Not necessarily. Well, especially like from what I've heard, like the thrift market and like vintage hunter people are crazy here, but they're also pretty crazy in Utah.
Yeah, we have one that works for the city of Auburn. Jason, you saw him. You almost saw him at the. He's getting some tiki stuff.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with that. What about like business casual? I'm going to tell a story now. So when I went to Chicago, we were there during the weekday. It's much cheaper to stay in a hotel during the weekdays. Just to visit. Just wanted to visit the city, and it was like formal everywhere. Everybody was dressed in like formal wear. When you work downtown, you're like wearing a suit or you're wearing like a tie if you're a man. For women, you're wearing like nice shoes, and that was everywhere. And when I feel like you come here, everybody's just kind of dressed like I am. Like they'll wear jeans and like a kind of nice shirt, or they'll like dress like they're ready to go on a hike, even though they're going to work. It's a lot of like REI branded stuff or like Patagonia, like stuff like that. So have you noticed anything? I guess Utah also has a lot of wilderness, so there's probably that too.
Yeah, well, and like just being me, being an introvert, I wasn't, going out walking around downtown Salt Lake all the time, so it's really hard to say.
yeah.
And it's like I've never really worked in like a corporate type business before, so I can't really compare it to that.
Oh, boring. He's giving us nothing. I'm kidding.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm just a boring person.
Do you like coffee?
Sometimes.
Oh, we already talked about that. You don't really drink coffee.
Yeah.
I forgot. We love coffee here. I love coffee.
I mean, I do like Dutch Bros,
Oh, okay.
but I mostly only like coffee when there's lots of sugar in it.
Yeah. I mean, so do I, actually. That was something we did on my birthday. We went to Starbucks.
Oh, nice.
Is it like a man thing that were you gonna say something about that?
No, you
About
just
your
get a free
birthday
coffee on your
Starbucks?
birthday.
Oh, fun.
Everybody knows that, right?
Did
Yeah.
they give you your right coffee this time and not just milk?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yep. See, Matthew remembers. One time I went to
Yeah.
Clean Sweep. Yep. Just got a cup of milk. That was fun. What were you going to ask, Angie?
I was gonna say, like, as a man, is it a thing where it's like embarrassing to get like a sweet drink?
No,
No.
not for me.
Not for me.
No.
Okay, you're secure.
Like
in
a
your
non-dairy vanilla
masculinity.
sweet cream? I'll do that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
And it's like, what are they gonna do? Call me gay? I already am gay.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. Or like, there's things, I would say like a cocktail. There's probably that like at a bar setting, but for coffee, not so much. But yeah, I can see it at a bar. Like
a frappuccino. Like it's like, can I have a caramel frappuccino?
It's a great sweet treat.
It is a great, and I'm not condoning any
Yeah.
sexism in coffee. I'm just saying.
Oh no, you should have seen the look on this bartender's face. I went the other weekend and I asked for a fuzzy navel. He's like, "What is that?" And he's just giving me this
Actually, I don't know
nasty
what that is
look.
either.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah.
It's similar to a mimosa.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
That
cool.
does sound fun. Matt, we're gonna switch gears. What is it like? You've never worked for municipal government before. What is that like? Anything weird so far?
I won't say anything super weird. There's just a lot more like procedures you have to follow, I would say. There's a lot more structure and organization and like getting used to, I guess there's probably stuff that would equate to like corporate stuff, like with like shared computer drives
Yeah.
and stuff like that, where it's like I'm not super familiar with. But overall, it hasn't been all that confusing.
Yeah,
good.
you've been like super quick, and I remember I was like, Matthew's going to be the person who comes in and knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And that's
Just
exactly what you're
immediately
doing.
picked it up.
And you like always have like time because you're doing things so quick. And so he'll be cleaning. He's cleaning
Yeah.
the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
So
Trying to
Which we're very appreciative of.
yeah, great job, dude. I mean, he keeps bringing junk up to me. He's like, hey, you might want this. I'm like, I don't, but thank you.
There's like computer speakers the other day or something.
Yeah, well, it's like, okay, that was also like working with the city. It's like, okay, you have to keep track of like inventory and stuff. You can't just like throw stuff away
Right, yeah,
sometimes.
gotta
I'm like, well, I
wholesale
don't
it,
want to
right.
waste taxpayers' money. So that's why there's some stuff where it's like, oh, can I throw this away? Am I allowed to? Does anyone need to use this?
No one will know about it too. Well, I shouldn't be saying this, but like no one's
cut that out, Jason.
because it's just sitting there anyway and no one's using it.
That is true. If it's been there for like 20 years, it's kind of lost its lifetime usage for
It's
sure.
paid for itself at that point, you know?
Okay, most important question is, and you have to answer, okay? Who's your favorite coworker?
Uh-oh.
I have to answer.
You don't have to answer.
I think it's the gnats down in the print shop.
Wait,
My
are there gnats
coworkers
down there?
Yeah, there are gnats.
Oh, no. Are there still mosquitoes?
There haven't been very many.
Okay. So
You're deflecting. We are talking about something.
wait, no. I want to hear about more of the gnats. Do you tell people about them, like facilities? Like, hey, we need to get rid of these gnats?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
You should tell me every time you see them.
Okay,
Because
because I
it's the
did.
only way we can combat it, right? If we
Yeah,
gotta
that's
get a
fair.
complaint every time. I
I
feel like
mean,
if you saw a rat
Britain.
and you're like, oh wow, that's a rat, and then you're like, anyway,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
I mean, I did get one of those like plug-in lights that like attracts them, and then it's got a sticky pad.
oh, okay, is that working?
Yeah, I've like pulled it off and looked, and there's
Oh my
a decent
God.
chunk there.
Wow, we get a little bug
Decent
zapper.
chunk.
And I do also have like a bug zapper that's like, you know, the ones that look like the tennis rackets. I do have one of those that I
Oh,
brought.
Yeah, I used to have one of those. That was
So-
fun. You see like a big fly.
Yeah,
we
some
would
of
we
the,
would hit each other with it, but
like wallets.
yeah.
yeah.
It's just how, I don't know. That's just how it was being a boy growing up. Whatever you could do to like hurt your friends. Angie, you were gonna say something.
She still wants to know who my favorite coworker is.
It's gonna write it down.
No,
We'll reveal it at the end.
I like when I was traveling in Southeast Asia, it was either the nicer hotels that would have the buzzing rackets because it's like, oh, we give this as an amenity,
Mm-hmm.
or it would be like the cheaper ones because there are so many more mosquitoes there
Yeah.
because it's cheap.
And they'd have nets, right? Probably.
Some of
Mosquito
them,
nets,
yeah.
Matthew, any adventures you've been up to since you've moved here? Pacific Northwest, fun things you've seen or done, or like things that you don't have in Utah?
I've seen 2 of the trolls.
Oh, okay. So you went to Fremont.
Yeah, I
for
went
one
to
of
the
them.
Fremont troll and then the Lincoln Park troll. That was like on the same day that I did like the West Seattle garage sale stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
After that was done, went to the troll there and made an offering brought a troll doll that I thrifted and left it there as an offering.
Oh, that's nice. That's like that's what trolls do, right? They leave gifts.
If you're nice to them.
Yeah, that's cool. Have you went to the Space Needle, right? When you interviewed here,
Yep.
how was that?
Kind of underwhelming, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, that's
It's a little
fair.
expensive. That's where I got engaged. Was the
You
Space Needle?
proposed,
Yeah, that was fun.
Cheesy.
It was cheesy. It was
so
the
cute,
most
though.
stressful day of my entire life.
Aw.
Because there was like Angie, Ashley had no idea that it was happening. Like she had no idea, but she's always really good at guessing things like that. So I was like super covert, and then the day of that we go there, I'm trying to be like super covert or like super like casual, right? To, like not give her any sort of hint like there's a special day planned. So like we leave at our normal time that we would leave to go to Seattle, and then we run into like the most traffic ever, and I can see the Space Needle, and it's like 2 miles away, but it's going to take us like 30 minutes to get there. But we were supposed to already be there like 10 minutes before because my brother and my friend were already up there waiting for us to get up there so they could take photos.
Yeah.
So I'm like stressing about us getting there, and she's like, "Why do you care so much? Like it doesn't like she just thought we had like a very normal day planned."
Did you have a reserved time slot or something?
And well, kind of. You do for your tickets, and that's when they want you to go up. And then we get there, and there's a huge line to get up. So it was very stressful. And then everybody. So when we're done at the Space Needle, we have to go to a restaurant where everybody's waiting for her for like an engagement party right after, which was also a surprise. So the more time we wait, the more time they're sitting at this restaurant.
But that's
And then that has an end time. So like if we get there really late, it's like we're only there for like an hour.
Yeah.
It worked out.
That makes
So you
sense.
didn't dine on the Space Needle, do that dining option?
No, we just kind of like walked around for a minute, and then I was like, I kept having to like make excuses of like, oh, we already have dinner reservations at this place, we have to go. She didn't know that everybody was waiting for her. So I was like trying to, I was like, oh yeah, I know, I wish we could stay here longer, but we have reservations, and I really want to go to this place. So
Do you when we all went for Camille's birthday when we went to Alki, we passed by the restaurant that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And Ashley just kind of stood there and was looking at it, and it was so cute. She was just like, "Oh, that's where," and I was like, "That's so cute."
Yeah, I thought we should go back there because like the whole day's like a blur now.
Yeah,
remember it.
like
Probably,
an
when you get
anniversary
wedding.
of it, like a 1 year anniversary of your engagement.
Yeah,
that'd be super
fun.
cute.
Yeah, because it was in late June.
So you went all the way back down to Alki for the
Yeah,
dinner?
we went to okay. That's cool, and it's like they have vegan stuff there. That's why I picked it, and they had a whole private upstairs for us.
Yeah,
Looks cool. Oh yeah, Matthew. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna go to Don't Miss This, third segment. We're gonna talk about things you should not miss. We actually don't have a whole lot coming up because we just got done with Pet Palooza. We are recording this the Monday after, is Monday the 18th. So the next thing that really comes up, I would say, is we were Pride flag raising on Monday, June 1st. That is at City Hall Plaza. That's at 6 p.m. We do this every year. You can come hang out, listen to a couple speeches, watch us raise the flag, and then we have an Auburn Art Showcase. This is Saturday, June 6th at Postmark Center for the Arts, 1 to 4 p.m., 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. This is a free event. You just show up. If you are a student interested in submitting your art, this is kind of in partnership with the school district and the Auburn Junior City Council are organizing it. You can submit your artwork, go to our website, auburnwa.gov/calendar, and you can do that and have it on display. It can be anything. I don't really know what the limit is, right? Like, what if your art is like I throw mayonnaise at piles of dirt?
If you can defend it,
if you can defend it, and if you can transport it
and clean it up, maybe.
and clean it up, go for it. It's like that art. You ever seen that? I don't know if it was whatever. It was like a banana taped to a wall.
Yeah, that thing.
I did see that.
Which that was like 10 years ago, right? And everybody was like clowning on it, but I was like, we still talk about it.
Right.
So is that not good art then? I think it is.
I think it said it was sold for so much because it wasn't the banana sold.
Oh.
I think that's
it
why.
would have just rotted, right?
Sure.
Because it was a real banana.
Wait, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just like, just kind of goes. It's been a long history of like absurdism in art. It's always been a thing that's always brought attention, whether it's good or not. And that's the thing with art as well, is like good is subjective when it comes to art.
I agree, for sure.
Okay, but the banana. Like, let's be real. But anyway.
I think one time it was this Seattle thing, and I think the artwork was just a color of white. That was the painting, and it was all solid. That was one where I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But again, I'm still thinking about it, so it did its job. You know what else I'm still thinking about?
What?
Little side conversation.
Yep.
Obsession, the movie.
Oh, I need to watch
You
that.
guys should both watch that.
I feel so bad for you because I feel like these podcasts used to be where you could hash that all out. I'm
it's
sorry.
okay.
No,
Matthew likes movies, right?
Yeah.
I'll talk to Matthew about
I
movies.
will. I'm planning on watching that either this Tuesday or next Tuesday, and we can chat.
It's
for
very
sure.
good. You should watch it as well.
Yeah, I'm usually behind on movies. Like I just watched Pillion over the weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard that was good.
It was okay.
Oh.
You were really obsessed with that movie, The Brutalist, right? The Brutalist?
I wasn't obsessed with it. I liked it just fine.
Okay, gosh, okay, jeez. Well, you talked about it.
I liked the
think.
movie Tar a lot. I was obsessed with that.
Okay.
Haven't even heard of that one. Sorry.
I would just say Obsession is a movie I've not stopped thinking about since I saw it.
You're obsessed.
And that's how
So you're
I'm
obsessed.
almost obsessed with it. That's how I know it's good. And I went and I watched the guy who made it. His name is Curry Barker. He's a YouTuber. He did sketch comedy, and then he made short horror movies on YouTube. I went back and I watched a lot of them, and they're all really good. They're not like as good as his feature film, right? He's got money behind it, but like the way that his brain works, you think he's going to go one way and he doesn't, or it's like a very obvious concept, but it's not done the way you're used to seeing it. And the scares are not traditional. And also the lady who plays, I don't know her name because she's a very new actress. It was like the best performance I've seen in a long time.
Wow.
Of anybody. So it's really fantastically good, and it's a little gross, and you should take a date to it. Or don't. Or see it by yourself. I don't know.
Take it.
I have heard that the new Apple TV show, what's it called?
Widow's Bay.
Widow's Bay.
Yes, I love Widow's Bay.
Really good
I
as
absolutely.
well. That's
I'm
horror.
obsessed with that. It is horror. It's comedy. It's probably a good, I would say like a 50-50 mix for that. There's some funny parts in Obsession too. It's very good. Everybody should watch it.
Cool.
Oh yeah, that's the don't miss this. Sorry, that was the last thing. We have some Memorial Day services as well, but I don't think we need to talk broadly about that, but actually I'll just mention it. So we have Memorial Day services as well. That's on Memorial Day. So Memorial Day weekend is coming up. By the time you're listening to this, it'll be right around the corner. On that Monday, we have a service at the Mountain View Cemetery. That's 2020 Mountain View Drive, and that starts at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Memorial service, if you're interested. That is open to the public, that the City of Auburn puts on. Okay.
Trivia?
Pacific Northwest trivia.
Yes.
This is why Mathew was researching. What did you say earlier? That
Oh, about Kent?
Yeah, Kent.
See, I didn't even research. It was the guy who'd been on dates with Hughes told me about it.
Oh, was he from Kent?
No.
Oh, because that's one of the things. Like, you know how like every small town is like, we're the nation's capital.
Yeah, how do you know about
Like
how do you know
rhubarb.
about that?
I'm picking
Okay,
out Sumner
that's
right now,
weird.
but did you know that Sumner is like the rhubarb capital of? Exactly, right? So there's always like something like that. It's
Yeah.
like we are the number one notepad producing county in the world, and it's like I guess that's kind of cool, right? But it's like not. Anyway,
I'm itching to get to trivia.
yeah, no
And
shade for
we
that.
are all now in
Angie's Arena.
Angie's Arena.
Do like a Angie's Arena. Okay. Okay, so this is Pacific Northwest trivia. I try to get ones that I think you might know just by naturally absorbing pop culture, and that Angie might also know by naturally absorbing pop culture, because I don't think she specifically knows these.
Okay.
But she might.
Okay.
And we're gonna start kind of easy. So we're gonna have 9 questions. So there's a winner. Again, there is nothing for winning, but we just like to keep track of that. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a feeling I know what one of the questions will be, but
Really?
like I feel like there will be one about Twilight or something.
No, there wasn't.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there was.
Okay.
I had so much good. Yeah, he already knows.
I knew that too.
Yeah, well, I said it first. So
Well, I thought it first.
Twilight's funny. The movie. Sorry, another side thing. Because like, aren't they just like in Forks, and then it cuts to them being in Seattle, like they're like immediately
never
in
actually
Seattle.
seen
But
I
it's like,
haven't
that's like a
watched
6-hour
it in
drive.
years, so it's hard to say.
Do you
Okay,
like it?
let's
Okay.
trivia.
A Team Edward or Team Jacob? It's Edward. I don't even. How could you even think about it?
Robert Pattinson.
It's Robert Pattinson. He's
Robert
he's
Pattinson.
my Batman. That's what I'll say.
He does make a very good Batman.
Question 1. What is the phrase PNW folks typically say when Mount Rainier is visible?
The mountain's
for the day?
out.
Good job. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Although Chris and I say the mountain is poppin'.
She popping.
Mountain's poppin'.
Yeah.
All right.
We do love Mount Rainier. And I'm sure that's been cool, right? There's mountains in Utah, I'm aware, but
Yeah, I was like, it.
the thing about Rainier though is and I tell this to people and they're like, oh, I always get this reaction, oh, okay. Or like, that's fun. But I think it's cooler than the reaction. I got it from Angie one time. The Mount Rainier is the 3rd most prominent mountain in the world. What that means is the amount of mountain that you can see versus the surrounding area. So the top to the bottom, that's the 3rd highest
Oh.
in the
Okay.
world. So
That
like
makes a
Mount
lot of
Fuji is
sense.
pretty high, right? Right? But Mount Everest, obviously a very tall mountain, but because it's in a mountain range, you can't see the bottom of Mount Rainier, right? You can see the bottom of Mount Everest. You
Right.
can't see the bottom of Mount Everest. You can see the bottom of Mount Rainier because there's nothing by it, and you can see the top. So when it's out, you're like, oh my God. And it's a good looking mountain, right? Like Mount Hood's very pointy, and that's cool. It's fun. Mount Rainier is very curved.
Beautiful.
It's great.
That's a good point. I didn't ever I don't think you told me that.
I think I did. I probably didn't explain it that well because I think we were driving.
Oh.
Or I
Okay.
was driving.
All right.
It's like whenever, when we go on our adventures, we have to like drive each other back. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Keep going.
Question 2. The score is 1-0. What Seattle landmark was built for the 1962 World's Fair?
Would that be the Space Needle?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Girl.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, all of like Seattle Center was built for the World's Fair.
I mean, I gave that
And then
one to you, it's
repurposed.
fine.
Question 3.
3.
Again, this is more Pacific Northwest, also Seattle. What island is known as the birthplace of pickleball?
Is it Bainbridge?
Yes. Wow, good job. Angie. It started on Bainbridge Island in the 70s, I believe.
I'm the
That's pretty
worst.
cool.
I just said, oh, what's the name of an island near here?
I
Oh,
totally
Bainbridge.
blanked.
That
Yeah,
was just a
sorry.
guess. So
Remember when we played pickleball? That was fun.
Yeah.
That
Played
video's still going to
pickleball.
come out. Right?
Yeah.
still getting likes.
I'm excited.
Okay, keep going.
Question 4. It is now 2-1. Question 4. 2 Mathew, Angee 1. Question 4. What Seattle area company began as a co-op for climbers in 1938?
REI?
Yes.
What? Why do you hate me? Oh my god.
Wait, who's mocking on who now?
Yeah, something else we did on my birthday. We went to the REI in Seattle. I've never been there.
yeah, Ashley
I used to
told me
live
about that.
right up the hill from it. I just never went, and it was so cool. It was massive, like so fun, like
Like the
legitimately.
one that you're
like,
talking about right now.
I don't know if that one definitely didn't start in 1938, but the co-op itself, the brand of REI started in 1938.
So is there like actually a climbing wall in the biggest
There
one?
is, yeah, you can see it from the freeway.
Okay, I'm ready for more.
There's also it's just so deep, it just goes, right? It's almost like a.
It's like the Bass Pro Shop pyramid.
Kind of, yeah. Like you walk into a building, you're like, wow, it's way more big on the inside than I was expecting on the outside. Like a mall, I guess. I've never been to the Mall of America, but I imagine that's what it's like, but like times a billion because it's huge. Have you been to the Mall of America?
In DC?
No, I think
Minneapolis,
it's yeah,
right?
Yeah, Minnesota. Yep.
No.
Have you?
No.
Oh.
Never been. Yep.
I've only been to Minnesota Airport. So, question 5. It is 3-1.
Please give this
I think if Matthew gets if he gets 2 more, it's over. But we're still gonna do it. Okay, this serial killer, colloquially known as the Green River Killer.
Tom Bundy.
The
Wait,
Green
hold
River
on.
Ted
Killer.
Bundy's was in Utah, actually.
Known as the Green River Killer, and was active in the Auburn area during the 80s and 90s.
Green River Killer.
Give us the first letter of the
G. How do you guys not know this? Come
Wait,
on.
hold on.
He is the most prolific serial killer probably ever because of how many he's admitted to.
Hold
The
on.
Green River Killer. He
Can
was
you-
arrested in 2001.
I'm trying to think of real serial
The
killers because
first
I'm used to
name
criminal
Starts
names.
with a G.
Can you rhyme it with something?
Barry.
Gary. Gary.
Ridgeway.
Okay, so neither of us get that one.
I did say Gary though.
Because I said Barry. What else would it be? Carrie?
Galary.
Harry. Yeah, it's Harry Masterson.
I feel like I got that.
Okay, I'll give you a half a point. I don't know if this does it. This won't help, but I'm giving it to you. Okay, it's 3 to 1.5 now. Okay, question 6. These are pretty easy, by the way. I had to make them easy because it needed to be
Balanced.
It couldn't be like, I don't know, what other river is Auburn known for?
White River.
Oh, well, I guess I could have said that. What genre of music is most closely associated with Seattle in the 1990s?
Rock.
In the 90s?
Grunge.
Yes. Okay. Now 3 to 2.5.
I don't think we've
It is
ever done
grunge
a
rock,
half
so
point.
you are kind of right. Isn't it funny how it's still just grunge that Seattle's known for? Which I guess that makes sense because how many cities are like specifically known for a genre? But every time you go to anything in Seattle, any sporting event, anything, they inevitably play grunge. And it's like, how long are we going to hold on to that? Because grunge is not played on the, like, you're not hearing grunge in your life, right?
Right. It's just
hearing-
performatively to say.
It's like, oh yeah, we're in Seattle. We're gonna play a little Pearl Jam, and I'm not complaining. I love these bands, but like, it's not like the thing people are listening to right now. So I'm just curious, like, when that kind of like, what's the year where it just goes
See,
away?
my guess would have been like just indie in general.
Yeah, indie. Yeah, like
Guess
you've
would
got,
have been wrong.
Yeah, well, I'm still beating you.
Yeah, 1990 Seattle. Okay, what lake separates Seattle from Bellevue and
Lake
Mercer Island?
Washington.
Good job. Oh my gosh.
I was
Okay,
born in
what's-
Bellevue.
it's now
Didn't even get to finish the
It's
question.
3 to 3.5. This is a yes or no. Does Washington operate the largest ferry system in the U.S.?
Yes.
That is true. I think Angie just won. Let's take away her point. Let's make
half
this.
point.
I'm gonna take away to the half.
So mean. You already granted that to me.
Yeah, but I got the White River.
Yeah, I
so
would
that I
have gotten that
I
too.
got a half point for
I would
that.
have gotten that one
Okay,
too.
that's a good point. You both have a half point. If Matthew gets this,
White River wasn't even one of the questions.
If Matthew gets this, you're at a tie, and I have to do a tiebreaker, which I did not come up with, but I'll do it off the top of my noggin. Okay,
That's
question 9.
ridiculous.
What active volcano erupted dramatically on May 18th, 1980?
Mount Hood? No.
Mount St. Helens.
Mount St. Helens, good
Yeah,
job.
mother trucker.
Hey, you know what's funny? Fun fact, that's today. It's the
Really?
46th year anniversary of Mount St. Helens.
Mount Hood.
I don't know.
Ridiculous. Are you even from here?
No, I'm not.
You know what's funny about Mount St. Helens is I don't, not so much now because it was 46 years ago, but growing up, I was born in 1990. You would ask people about like, oh, what happened to Mount St. Helens? And they would have it like, it was like, oh, is it like they remember it just yesterday? Because it kind of was when I was born. But people still talk about it because it was a huge thing. And especially like over in Spokane, all of the soot and everything, it blew eastward and it just blanketed like all of these cities. Pretty cool. Not so much around here.
What year was it that it happened?
1980.
So when I was 8 years old, I was confused because people were talking about it, and I think it must have just been the anniversary, and people were talking about it. And so when I was 8 years old, I thought, oh, it just happened. Like it, I was like, oh, it must have.
Like
And
2009.
you guys know how gullible I am. And I was just like, wow, I guess it just erupted like today or something.
We're going to go there. We're going to the Ape Caves.
Oh yeah.
It'll be fun.
Wait,
There's caves there.
are you coming?
I don't even know what's going on. So,
I don't know either, actually.
Okay, cool.
yeah, I thought you were supposed to invite me to stuff.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you said I don't,
Kickball.
so.
Great job, Angie. Angie's Arena or Victor. Matthew, I'm
Angie's
sorry.
Arena. Hey. Yeah, I ate that up.
That was good.
Yeah, well, he didn't even finish the question, so I didn't even process what he's asking.
Yeah, well, I won, so doesn't matter.
Matthew, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. I was going to ask, where can people find you on socials, but
City of Auburn.
City of Auburn, at City of Auburn, you're quickly becoming one of our prominent
You're really good at it too. Both of you are really good
City of Auburn
actors,
actors.
actually.
I don't think we're really good.
I think
I don't
you
think
are.
I'm really
Okay,
good. I should
I'm
say that.
okay.
She's really good. You know, from Camp Rock. No, Demi Lovato.
Oh yeah, the one where Camp Rock. No, the one where she's like she does like a
Yeah,
she's really
James picked me up after her concert because I did go alone,
Yeah.
and he was like, "How'd it go?" And I was like, "She's really good."
Did he get the reference? The Camp Rock. I didn't know that was a Jonas Brothers movie.
Wait, guys, hold on.
Camp Rock. It's like, yeah, then like it's like not on a beat. It's really weird. We need to go. All right, goodbye, everybody.
bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.